We're in the library.
We're in the library. We just walked in the library.
Okay.
With the candlestick.
Got it.
With the candlestick.
Is there like a desk or like
Yeah.
any kind
Is there a
of like-
librarian?
Yeah.
A receptionist.
A receptionist.
Or is it just
A
turning
tender?
like
Syphilis.
Is there a tender?
is there a tender nearby?
Looking,
Song Saba.
make a perception check for me.
Who?
Who?
You.
Me?
That's good.
Perception. Oh, that's
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's 23, 20. Yeah, 23.
I'm a seeker. Thanks for the advantage. You guys have an 18 if you need to
22.
Are
use
you
it.
talking about Loki?
So 22.
22.
Okay. Looking out ahead of you, you see that
Ooh, thanks, Atmoseeker. We have an advantage.
It's an 18.
Yep.
Thanks, atmosphere.
sure do.
Did you just say it?
I literally just said it.
Sorry, I'm
Oh man. Yeah. I was like, wow, cool.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just messing with you. It's all good.
That's cool. I was paying attention to you too.
Thanks, Atmoseeker.
We were on the same
Thanks for the
wavelength.
advantage, Atmoseeker.
Oh wow, we have an advantage in the chat. Thanks, Atmoseeker.
Oh, hey, thanks. We have an advantage in the chat.
So, looking out ahead of you, you notice that there is a break in the long line of bookshelves. In the center of this library, there's a large circular desk, and seated at it are several different people that you'd imagine are any manner of helper or librarian.
I'm walking up to that. I
Okay.
don't know if anybody's
There are
following.
Yeah.
multiple different desks.
There's just one circular desk
But multiple
in the
people.
center. Multiple people.
Oh, sweet. Like a reference area.
As you approach, one of them turns to you, a woman, and she says, "How may I help you?"
I'll walk up a little bit behind Cheryl then. I thought you went first.
Sheriff's like, "I don't speak woman."
Yeah, what the heck's going on? Does she have a big trunk or something?
Why wouldn't you say anything?
Wait, what?
Why wouldn't you say anything?
Cheryl. So in all honesty, Cheryl wouldn't walk up. Cheryl wouldn't walk up first. Cheryl wants to hang back
Okay,
and see kind of what
okay.
they're looking for first.
Okay, sorry.
There's a reason. There's a
Like,
reason.
what
There's
the
a reason
hell,
why.
man?
There's a reason why. But yeah.
Yes.
Or so I'm just gonna ask.
It's like,
Is there a way that we can?
Cool. Since I stopped talking.
I don't care.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
Is there a way that we can decipher how to find something in here, or do we just ask you all?
I'm sure I can help. What are you looking for?
I think all of us might be looking for different things.
What are you looking for?
I am looking for.
Please tell me the mics pick that up.
Had to.
Good God.
Had to. That's it.
That moment is immortalized forever.
forever. What are you looking for?
We're the giant library. Just
The toilet.
echoes.
The restroom.
I think that the mics did pick it up.
Oh, it had to have. It's picked up other ones before.
Sam's been testing them out.
Well, no. When we first did it in person, we ended it. You can hear it.
I forgot about that.
What were you looking for?
I'm gonna look for information on
We'll talk to her. She asked you a
goddess. What's her name? I can't remember her name right
Aramore?
now. Aramore. Mhm.
I am not familiar with this goddess, but perhaps I can point you in the right direction. And she writes down on a piece of parchment, like basically like directions to get to
A picture of an ear.
a section corresponding to religion.
Okay, that's good. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
Cool, cool, cool,
And for the rest of you,
Yes.
What about
I seek matters of the arcane. Anything instructing in the ways of magic.
I understand. You will find that we have many books on the subject.
they're very small?
Mini books.
Many books. She again, like on that same piece of parchment, kind of like jots down and explains to you where you might find some books regarding arcane magics. Most specifically of like historical significance.
When I get to that section, I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to go last.
Oh, okay. So you guys are like going and then coming back. I thought you
No,
were
no, no,
all-
no, no. But like in telling her what I want.
Oh,
To look
gotcha.
at. Yeah.
Can I interest
Cheryl?
the rest of you in anything?
Just to go last. You're such a jerk.
So does Rin.
Taffy.
I don't have anything I'm looking for. Fuck. I mean, how to help a friend that can't stop stealing?
Do you want to do like a
Self-help.
like a pamphlet that
How to
Meredith
convince your
gives?
friend to go to therapy.
I was going to say like for something that makes you older.
Oh, no, yeah.
Anti-aging.
No.
Aging cream?
Aging cream.
You want aging cream?
Cheryl would ask if they have any.
Smoke cigarettes.
How long? Do we know how long ago the other war was?
You don't know exactly, but you know it was countless years ago. I mean,
So likely before the
the
turtle was here.
the continent might have looked a little bit different back
Yeah,
then.
so the
could have
turtle
corresponded with his arrival.
maybe so. Do you have any histories of the continent? I know this country hasn't always been here, but
Of course, we take great pride in our history. And she smiles a bit as she writes down and explains to you.
and
how
as she does, Cheryl would kind of like to lean in and like anything you have on Luxodons.
we may not have quite as much of a selection, but I'm sure you will find something.
I would actually try to ask if I know aging.
She directs you to the same
Reverse aging,
Yeah, that.
section that
No, that was not
Sarnorn is looking at. Some like the arcane magics
Yeah, I do.
section.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you have anything on
Robbery.
how to talk to your friends about robbing? Let them make me okay with it. No, I'm kidding.
You are looking for peer pressure.
Anything related to
What?
Debbie's reading with his lips.
anything related to?
How to win friends and influence people.
No, I know how to do that. Deals with
Ooh. Or devil.
nefarious entities or anything along those lines.
I'm afraid this would not be the place for such a thing.
Nothing historical or
Perhaps you might find some mentions of historical events, but if you are looking for knowledge about current events,
no, just about the. There's a friend of mine who has gotten themselves into a bind that I'm trying to see if anyone knows a way and figure out a library is the best place to find it.
Asking for a friend.
I see. Perhaps also in the historical section.
Okay.
That would be my best guess.
Well, thank you so much.
Happy to be of help.
What was your name?
What's wrong with you? She doesn't work here, actually.
Hino Nahoko.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I like that you're always the one that acts the names. I never remember to do that.
Just burning names off my list over here.
On his way over, Ren is gonna stop every person he sees. And ask you
God
their name.
damn it. So I guess we'll go in order, more or less. Arsenaway, this library is quite big, and as the rest of you will find, though the knowledge contained here is vast, it can be hard to find exactly what you're looking for in a single night. I need you to make an investigation check.
I do have one question. If I could do this, I would like to do my third eye to see if there's like anything that stands out
Okay.
in the religion section. I don't really fully understand yet what the eye can do.
Jesus standing.
Make a religion
Over here.
check in
This way.
place of your investigation check.
I'm sorry. I was paying
I know.
attention to Morgan. I know.
I'm sorry.
Make a religion check in place of your investigation
Sorry,
check.
it was funny. She said she wanted to see if anything was standing out in the religion section. I was like, you see Jesus standing there.
Outstanding in his field.
21.
Yeah.
Nice.
Landing land.
Using your connection to your
It's kind of ridiculous how much he likes
your
the
god,
blanket. As soon as I put him in a blanket, he was
Oham.
Olham.
Short hair.
Trying to like
Old.
halfway huck the loop.
No,
He's like,
she
She's also short hair. Yeah.
and if I put him in the bed, he needs to be like,
she sends you your spirit guide again,
ridiculous.
and your spirit guide ascends the tall bookcase using her winged form, and pulls out one of the books. The rest of you see this book floating gently
So
back
kind of
down.
like what we said. Jesus points to the book.
Cheryl's gonna hold out his hand to a book.
It's because I'm crying. Because that was just so cool and beautiful.
I know.
I'm such a-
No, I figured that's what it was. It was just running a little bit.
You are handed a tome bound in water-stained leather, but with golden inlays protecting the edges of the book.
Ren's just gonna take that right out of your hand.
I'll take that. Can I sell the edges of the book?
Yeah, can I okay, golden inlays on the edges of the book, not on, like on the spine edge or like on the
Yeah, so I say inlays, but it's like kind of like corner covers more or less.
Okay.
And then yeah, sort of an
So
intricate
I can
design.
like open it and it's not okay. I was making sure it wasn't like gold. I don't know. Wrapped around it is what I was thinking.
Like gold, like a gold lasso.
Thumbing through the book, you see general profiles about many of the known gods and deities of the material plane. It takes some time, but eventually you find a entry on Oham. But it's a bit different from any of the literature that you are familiar with from Banata.
It's a cookbook.
Much of what it says is in line with what you know of Oham, but there is a depiction of Oham as well.
What?
You see a angelic deity wielding two blades, exactly the same size, holding them out in a stance that indicates a balance, and across her eyes, a bandage.
Does she have a third eye?
Ah.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm going to like sketch that or outline it kind of like on the back of one of my pages or maps or I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
Not you, but yes. No.
Okay.
Cool.
No rack
Nice.
rats.
No regrets.
Once
No
you've
regrets.
once you've copied the information, you're putting the book back.
Yeah. Instead of Olchem, it's Agma.
Oh, ma.
Oh, ma!
There are several tall ladders, one of like the rolling ladders that
Oh.
you're able to like climb back
Hell
up and
yeah.
put the book
Too far.
in its place.
Take a run.
Too far.
You feel quite accomplished with what you were able to find. It's
That's so
Maybe.
cool.
quite a discovery considering that
Down
even
every
Banada
time.
didn't have something like this.
That's awesome, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. His ladder works differently.
So next, you all begin to travel towards Sarnoran's interest, and Taffy's as well, by correlation.
Peek through the legs again.
Yeah.
When you navigate to the section
Sad.
that you were in search for, you find that it's not just tall bookcases, but rather a very intricate and well-kept study surrounded by bookcases. There is a large golden device that has composed of several rings that spin around and appear to somewhat correlate to the planes. Might help people keep track of their research in certain ways whenever delving into extraplanar researching. There's a desk with some light alchemical supplies, and of course, as I said, books lining the wall. And Jesus
Trying
Christ!
so hard.
What are you guys doing?
I've been so impressed with Alex this whole time.
I know I'm trying.
I'm trying real hard too,
I
man.
feel bad for him. We're the worst.
No, you're not the worst. Y'all are good.
Sam is the
You're just
worst.
having a good
Sam
time.
is the worst.
Sorry, guys.
Way to go, Sam.
Hey.
What are you reading?
So you said you were you were gonna cast detect magic, right?
Yeah.
You cast your detect magic spell, and whenever you open your eyes to reveal any tomes that might be bound by some manner of magic, the entire room lights up. Every single book
Fuck.
in that section
My
is
eyes!
magical.
You're blind now.
What kind of magic do they? Is it all different kinds of schools, or is it like enchantment, or
They're all enchantment.
they're all enchantment? Are they all glowing at the same rate?
Yes. You begin to gather that they probably all have the same spell placed upon them. And when you turn to look at the rest of the library,
They all have the same glow to them.
yep.
Got it.
Sorry, I didn't mean
sad.
to rug pull you, but
He put a fucking spider pack on all the books, is what he's saying.
So
It's
sad.
an
What you're saying is
it's
don't
an
steal. Yeah,
anti-stealing
don't
spell.
steal the
Yeah.
you don't get to check things out without a library card, basically.
Oh my god! I need a library card!
Please tell this to Ren.
No.
Please tell this to our Sinaway. I need a library card.
Oh, to take the book with you?
I just want a library card. I don't
Oh,
really want. I just want to. Now that I know they exist in the
Now
world,
you
I want
can
to
be a member of
collect.
something.
I want to
to
collect library cards everywhere.
Looking for any tomes that might give off a slightly different hue or might be magical in some other way, you begin to gather that likely what's contained here is less spell books and more knowledge and historical data.
Can I attempt to channel the same energy I used at Mistkeep to
Yeah.
see if anything speaks out to me from a more
Bring people back from the dead again.
undead spiritual
Valfar shows up.
Yeah.
element? I don't know if that's something I can try, but
Yeah, you can definitely try that. Make an Arcana check.
Don't
for
know
me.
how to read.
why do I keep doing this to myself?
You roll on there.
Yeah, I accidentally hit
It's
it.
slow.
Just roll your dice.
It's like stop motion.
Just roll your dice.
16.
Nice. You don't so much get
Oh,
a vision, but you do get a feeling. There's one particular book that catches your eye. Not very high up on the shelf, but it does look like one that hasn't been touched in a while. There's quite a bit of dust gathered.
Okay. I'll look at that one.
You pull it off, and it's quite a large book, very heavy, reddish in hue, and on the front it has depicted a gemstone of some unknown make. You're not sure exactly what it could be.
How much time do I have? Can I start reading?
You could probably
He's super eager.
you could probably read through quite a bit of it while everybody else is kind of like looking at their
he
stuff.
won't even, he'll just like books a million. He'll just find a corner and go start reading.
Being that Sarnorn's like extremely well learned, I would say that even just thumbing through, you're able to like gather a lot of
Ascertain the nature of the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just, for simplicity, we'll say that like you're reading it and looking over it as everybody else is looking for their things. But what you find is that this is a book pertaining to a couple of different things. It starts off explaining what happens when you die, which is already a very interesting bit of subject matter. It talks about how the soul is separated from the body and brought to a different plane through the astral plane. It also talks about eventually how the body and the soul can be used separately as tools. The book almost takes a dark turn at that point. It begins to speak of how channeling your will into the leftover bodies and using the souls for fuel in arcane makings can create quite the powerhouse. Purely from a research standpoint, of course. And lastly,
Just doing a bit of research on a rare bit of magic.
the book reaches a magnum opus and speaks of a particular ritual wherein all this can be done at the same time.
And it makes a stone.
Yep. Just stealing things from different things I like, man.
That lore goes way beyond that show, though. I mean,
Yeah,
it's been around.
I know.
Harry Potter.
Oh, I wasn't even referring to that.
No, but same deal. Okay. No, I know what you were talking about. The law of equivalent exchange.
I mean, at least you didn't say that at first glance. It was a
No.
cookbook,
Yeah.
and then he deciphers the cookbook.
I could just realize that I was. Yeah.
Oh,
Big Brother
stop it. Oh my gosh, no. Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
You see her?
What does it have to say about the existence of one already?
It is all very hypothesis based. The book is extremely old.
Oh, this is the theory of.
I mean,
to gather that this is the person postulating for the first time.
It doesn't give specific
how you
details
make
on how to do
philosophy.
it, but it does explain that it can be done
Theoretically.
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 Hey, boy!
That's bad.
I thought you
kill
were
a lot
going
of
to be
people to make
excited
it.
about that.
I mean, yeah, I am, but it's not going to be good.
What?
No.
Okay.
Speaking of, well, you're sorry.
No, that's cool.
You're good.
Yep.
Okay. Taffy, while we're in the Arcana section, make an investigation check to see if you can find what you're looking for. I thought that was like a dang, it was a low roll, but no, that was like a math. That was a math face. Looking around, you find near the alchemy section a tome detailing the existence of an aging poison. It is supposedly sold on the black market because it is an untraceable way of doing away with somebody who is already old. They would pass seemingly due to natural causes.
How does it outline how like many years it would make you age?
It varies in potency, but presumably you could get one that ages 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. But mileage may vary depending on, the individual, how healthy they are.
What race
You have
they
to
are.
roll a dice.
How much body mass they have?
Also, like their racials will depend on
Yeah.
if
Mhm.
that's actually old or not.
Quite true.
Does it have anything like
It does not have ingredients, but the book that you found speaks of its existence.
I didn't know if it had anything.
It's a poison.
Yeah.
Poisson.
Yeah,
It's
because
just
who would want to age themselves, more or less, right?
Well, someone who
Children.
accidentally.
No, I know
reversed
this.
their age.
I'm just
Um,
in real world
no,
use, if
I
this
know.
existed, it would be a poison.
So,
Real will live in
the question I'm trying to get out that I can't get the words for is: does this book mention anything about like local places?
It mentions that it's sold on the black market.
That's about it.
Hard to come by, but if you meet
Does
the
it
right
give a
individual,
scientific name or a proper name? Street
I'll
name.
use Sam's earlier aging cream. Yeah, I like that.
Anti.
What did you say before that?
Oh, anti.
You were saying something. I find it on the black market.
And if you meet a rather shady individual, you might think to ask.
Okay.
We might know one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not tight with him.
Yeah, I put the book.
Toy.
Put the book out.
So next, you all navigate to Cheryl's historical section.
Oh, we're going through this all together?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Can I
You
ask
want
you
to
one
leave?
more question?
Well, because Cheryl would have tried to
We can leave.
while they were doing their stuff, just gone
Yeah,
and
I'm
done his
still
stuff.
up.
Yeah, sure then. Okay.
Yeah, we can. You want to step out?
No, y'all don't have to. He just doesn't want y'all to know. I mean, told y'all he's looking for Luxodon stuff, but if he
I
finds
think
stuff about the history of the war, cool. But he's
Cheryl.
also
Yeah,
Cheryl
not-
doesn't want us to know. Okay.
if he
I thought
finds
the same
something
thing.
about that, he's not gonna be like, that's not what I'm looking. Wow, I can't stop hitting the mic. He's not gonna be like, that's not what I'm looking for. Skip. He's gonna be like,
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's read this instead.
In the historical section, there are more books than any of the other sections combined.
Oof.
They take a great amount of pride in their history, and it shows here. Make an investigation check to see if you can find a book that quickly explains the history of this place.
9.
That is a 9.
Okay.
Oh, I did. Yes.
You find, of course, many books that pertain to Sojit and how it came to be here, but they're quite long-winded, and it's hard to gather much from any of them without a lot more time to sit and research and read.
Are there any not it sounds stupid? Are there any pictures in any of them, like maps of this is what the surrounding land looks like, kind of thing?
There is a map of the bay that you all traveled through, which you learn is called Toruhai Bay. And you learn that the bay, according to history and legend and what some believe to be myth, the bay was once part of, or was once a very small river that ran down from the northern mountains, bisected at a point. Part of it flowed out the way of Inniset and Imsford, and the other part flowed to the south of the continent. And when you look at the map, you realize that the Sojit Peninsula is basically blocking that off. Supposedly,
The turtle just came and sat
Ao
there.
went up the river and lodged himself, went to sleep. Thus, the bay was formed.
Okay, so when I find... I'm basically looking for
Turtle Bay.
a quick sign of when they it appeared here,
Mm-hmm.
and if there's any word of like them like talking to locals, and like if they know anything about like the war and stuff like that. Basically, like when they got here, was it still fresh in people's minds? Were people talking about it, or had it not happened yet, or nothing?
With
really?
your investigation check and trying to glean that much information, is just not enough time.
Cool.
But I will allow you to make a separate investigation check for any Luxodon related material.
Ooh, that is better. That is a 15.
With your 15, you are able to find a single
Unless
book
it's for smell.
that mentions the appearance of Luxodons, but it doesn't necessarily detail where they're from. It actually talks about how some of them were met in the travels of Ao, hopped aboard, and were more or less ferried to Roria.
Roria. Gotcha. Is that on our map, Roria? or
Roria
no?
is the country.
Oh, the
continent.
whole continent.
Sorry.
My bad.
You kind of piece together that maybe somehow this is true, or maybe, you know, it's a fancy way of saying your people are from overseas, being that many of them that you know of reside in, or the ones that you do know of reside in or around the Grixton Republic.
Gotcha.
And last, Ren.
Are they?
I am going to have
Is
you
Grixton known for its
make a investigation check to see if you can find anything related to demonic entities, specifically the broker. Fair warning, the DC is pretty high.
Yeah, I figured.
It's pretty high.
About as good as you can get. 24.
Nice.
Damn.
So while Cheryl's
Investigation, right? 24.
while Cheryl's thumbing through the lengthy history of Sojit, you are able to almost piggyback off of what he's looking through and find what not to look through. You find one particular tome that speaks historically of the area and mentions that at one time the people that live here were forced to leave. A great war had encompassed all of Auroria, and so the people on Ao's back were forced to flee their homeland and go north. Eventually, through enacting the will of Ao, and in no small part by the will of their own, the natives of the land were able to retake their home, traveling southward. But in that particular part of the story, it tells of a deal that was made in the north with a demonic entity. You gather that this connects with the story you heard at Verdurin.
Does it specify, when you're saying demonic, do you actually mean demon demonic? Like, because...
Sorry.
Evil?
Fiendish.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's no like specification as to anything about what was actually taken or needed or gifted, granted in exchange or whatever.
It offers you no information that you don't already have, but it is interesting to make the connection that some of the refugees that you'd heard about were likely the ancestors of the people that live here now. Cool.
There you go.
Feeling well studied and well read, the five of you feel your eyes beginning to grow quite heavy, reading through so much literature after a full day of travel and some sparring. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before heading back?
I would like to stop at the desk with the history book and ask the people at the desk if there's any way to like take information out. Not necessarily maybe the book, but if they have some kind of like, or maybe they have some kind of like loaning process or any other.
When you ask them about that, they reply that there's not really a way to duplicate the book in a short amount of time, but it is a service that they offer if you would like to have a copy made.
How much does that cost?
It depends on the size of the book, but in particular, the book that you have and that you're trying to make a copy of, 400 gold pieces.
Okay, I'm gonna put the book down and I'm gonna go. Thank you.
Is this?
I mean,
does
when
the
you think about
400
people like rewriting,
I totally
that's a
get
big
it.
task.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
It's not a Kinko's.
Yeah.
Is it about the same for the book that I had pulled?
We'll say that all of it's pretty much in the range of like 300 to 500 gold pieces.
I have a question. The stone on the front of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Have I seen, in my many travels across the globe, have I seen any dignitaries or kings or noble people, being of nobility myself, rolling in those circles with any... Have I seen this cut of stone before on someone?
You would not have. I'm not going to have you roll for it. Yeah.
It's okay.
Does that service also apply to like doing the like artwork that I saw?
If you need just the artwork specifically recreated,
just thinking about like that one section.
basically because that's like a page, more or less.
Okay.
15 gold pieces.
I'll pay 15 gold for that.
Okay. Nice. Mark it off. They'll get it done for you in the next like hour.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't happen immediately.
No, I was thinking it would
Sorry.
take like I was
Days.
thinking longer, like
Yeah.
like days.
Oh,
or
I mean,
weeks or something.
it's one page, and it's an illustration. Supposedly, they have someone on staff that's really good at it. So
All right.
good at other stuff.
Yeah, I'll pop in. Can I? What time do you all open? I don't even know how to ask that.
We are here 24 hours a day.
All right. Well, then I will.
We
stop
work in
by the
shifts, so I
morning.
may not be here when you come back. But tell them what it is that you had copied, and they will
there
know
any
to
kind
give
of
it to you.
Card to let anyone know, that I've been here. Or
Sure.
Is this the library card?
She just
It's like
writes
a
on a piece of
receipt.
paper that like says what it is that you're bringing back.
Can I check books out with this?
No,
Oh. Can anyone check books out with this?
no one can check books out.
At all?
I asked that.
We can make a copy.
Okay, I think whenever he was talking about library card, he was like making a comparison.
It was a joke.
Yeah,
I thought
it
you
is.
knew that. I'm sorry.
The books cannot be in the building. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I get it now. I didn't earlier.
It's all good. All
I
right.
would look at it. First library card outside of Benara.
It's not a.
This is so exciting.
Okay.
Yes.
Just hand
you,
the
thank
15 gold.
Thank you for the library.
Thank you so
card.
much.
It did
Yes,
come from a
Thank you for
library.
the library card.
Your friend is so sweet.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's a little stupid, but
Oh my gosh. So, you all make your way back to the room that you're all staying in, or
We
rather
stab
rooms.
this turtle in the head.
yeah, the shell's too hard.
15 gold, Alex, you said?
No, 15 platinum.
Well, pretty sure it wasn't silver, so that's why I was like...
50
let me
platinum.
just double check.
You all are able to get just enough rest so as not to take a level of exhaustion because you were up quite late at the library.
Yeah. First level doesn't do anything though, right?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Final
It
week
does
in
a
the
lot. It
library!
gives you like
Yeah,
all
jump
kinds
like
of like.
everything.
On your on all
okay.
checks.
I thought it was,
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's
the
pretty
second.
rough.
Okay.
Out of character, we have to wrap it up soon because
Mhm.
I am very sleepy. And
I know.
have to get up early.
So as you cozy up in the salty sea whistle
What does he whistle?
and gather
Yeah,
what little sleep you can before the sun wakes you again,
Or the turtle.
you wonder what tomorrow might hold and what adventures this fabled bridge might hold for you.
I thought we were gonna
Not
cross
today,
it.
Bridge.
And that
could
is
show
where we will
stream
end
at
our
least.
session. I'll show them whenever it's time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For
Surprises.
reference, I
Tune
might
in
have
next
some
time.
things set up on the battle
Yeah.
mat somewhere. I
Tune
don't
in
know.
next
See
week.
it.
But if you guys want to know exactly what's going to happen, you're going to have to come hang out next week at 7 p.m. Central. It's really cool.
Come see it.
Atmos Seeker, sorry I didn't get to show you all that awesome terrain, but these nerds wanted to read in the library.
Hey, man.
You put a big book in
Yeah,
front
don't.
of
I know, I
Yeah,
did.
right.
And
Don't wait
also
for the
now
library
know that the
to
turtle
visit.
might be leaving soon. This might be our only chance to read in the library.
Also,
I'm
we have to
stoked
warn
that you
these
guys
people
did that.
before we leave because that's the whole reason we came here.
Yeah, it was
What?
to warn them that this place might get eaten up by
That the
Zheles.
library is in danger.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
just to read.
Well, they know that.
They don't.
They don't know that.
We just talked to a boy who knows about it.
I mean, the
The-
daimyo
Why
knows
the
about it.
turtle?
Why do you
Yeah.
think that
Oh,
Zheles
yeah.
is
Daimyo
at the
too.
library?
Because it's
Because
an important
it's-
landmark.
yeah,
kinda.
it's-
Because it's
Full
following
of
us.
significance and
What
history.
it feels
and,
like.
Thank you.
and it's also been blowing up culturally significant areas.
We should probably do that before we leave then.
It was, it was going
Just
to
like,
blow-
oh, hey,
no,
by
I
the way,
was-
you guys
yeah.
are in danger. Bye.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like
just
I thought
next
that
time we'll talk about it.
I thought that he knew it was happening when we talked to him. So
No, they
He
knew that
the turtle was grumbly,
Yeah, the turtles.
like been shaking.
Not happy
but not-
about-
they haven't seen the explosions.
Yeah.
but we had literally had a conversation.
No.
Okay, whatever.
We told them about it, and we
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah,
we
we
didn't know if
talk
the
about
AO was
Zheles, like,
causing this or if
eating
AO is upset
I love
about
it.
this, and he's
Got
like,
it, got it.
my best guess is that AO would be upset by that. And we're
Okay.
like, gotcha.
For everybody in chat, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Another roleplay heavy session, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
You guys made some really cool discoveries,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for you guys to find out
with us all the time, guys.
what else Sojit has in store.
Next
It's a
time
very
on
rich
Kung Fu
Yeah.
Panda.
Yeah.
land historically.
We cross a
So,
bridge.
Yeah, it's a really cool land.
if you're curious about the rest of our travels and other things that this group has done in their adventures, you can check out our YouTube channel. We have most of our prior episodes posted there. We're also working on getting the podcast up, and we have a Discord channel if you want to see some behind the scenes or pictures of cute dogs and all that good
And
stuff.
There's a couple cats in there, I think.
I think there are some cats in
There
there
are
now.
some cats in
There's some
there.
cats.
You may find a bird diagram in there very soon.
Dogs
Yeah.
and get dogs.
Because birds' knees are actually their ankles.
Dogs and cats and dogs and cats. Anyway,
Yeah.
with that said, everybody have a great night, and until next time, go out there and make some
Chaos.
chaos. Bye.